says you always have the power to change your thought process from doubt, disbelief, or frustration to possibility and peak performance.
Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Agent Power Huddle. I call you my hustlers and huddlers because that's what we are when we join these calls. We are hustling and growing our businesses. And today's Mindset Monday. My name is Susan Johnson, and I am one of the hosts here on Agent Power Huddle. In fact, from its inception back about 30 years ago. So I'm happy to be back. I've been on a little bit of a break here as I've joined the Krista Mashwell organization, and we've been very busy growing our video presence and et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, I'm happy to be here today on your Mindset Monday. We have more people logging in, I'm sure. And it's interesting, when we first started this a few years ago, we only did it on this Zoom call, but now we have it on podcasts, YouTube, and we're kind of all over the place. So we have people that log on to the call live, and we also have people that listen back, like myself, to all the episodes during the week. On Agent Power Huddle on YouTube or on the Agent Collective website. So anyway, welcome. Today, our topic is called Your Amazing Mindset Magnet. Your Amazing Mindset Magnet. And I'm going to start out with a quote, actually, that says, you always have the power to change your thought process from doubt, disbelief, or frustration to possibility and peak performance. You see, it's actually amazing how the human mind can either restrict our success or actually enhance it. And so the key word I'm trying to talk about with you today is amazing. It's one simple thought that can either, reveal, transform, and inspire your mind. So I really want you to focus on that. If there's just one simple thought, I want you to think about the thought of being amazing, feeling amazing. Consciously and unconsciously, we can simply repeat, I feel amazing to ourselves. And it's a really positive magnet that's going to activate your mindset. So that's what we're going to be jumping into today. And we're going to learning a little bit more and more about this. It's a game changer. It truly, truly is. I feel amazing. What makes you feel amazing? So be sure to, really know the impact of just those three simple words. So let me ask you this question. Do you want to exceed your expectations, or do you simply want to maintain where you're at in your present position, in your professional, your personal goals, your wellness? Well, obviously, and probably if you're on this call, you probably want to exceed your expectations, because those of us who join into things like this are usually looking to get better and to grow. And we call that a growth mindset. So you need to be committed, deeply committed to exceeding these expectations of your own in all of these areas. And to do that, you need to know that launching the tools that are actually within you are going to make that happen. They are already within you. And it's easy to forget about that sometimes because of some of the things that we go through on a daily basis and things that might creep up in our businesses or our personal life. It can very easily get us distracted. It can get us into a state called overwhelm. And, whatever the emotion is that you're having, understand that we have within inside of us the powers and the tools to change that, change it in an instant, should we choose. So these results come from within you. And this Mindset Monday is really important that we establish some of these triggers, if you will, some of these tools that you can put into your tool belt and say, you know what, I'm feeling a certain way. And if you're feeling a certain way, understand you can change that to the feeling of amazement. Everything we set out to accomplish is going to start right here in our thoughts. When you entertain the limiting beliefs, I'm going to say, if you entertain these limiting beliefs of, oh, it's not going to work for me, or, I just can't do that. Guys, I'm 59 years old. And when I joined the Krista Maish organization and we started into digital marketing, I've been in business over 23 years. Maybe some of you have been in longer than me, or, maybe even not that long, but we have these limiting beliefs in our head that, we can't evolve and change because you know what? It takes that now. You haven't learned it coming through, especially in this last 6 months to a year. You need to shift and grow with everything going on in our marketplace across the nation right now. And it's important for you to get rid of some of these limiting beliefs of I can't do that. Because ultimately, when you have that limiting belief in your head of, oh my gosh, I can't do that, or it's not going to work, or it's not going to work for me. Maybe it works for so-and-so, but it's not going to work for me. Then your mind is already set into action, a bunch of negative things that will be, I can't do that. And when it doesn't work, you're going, see, I told you so. I knew I couldn't do it. And that's not where you want to be. You're absolutely right. If that's the mindset you're going to have, remember the quote, if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. You think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're right. So what you're doing subconsciously, everybody, is you're sabotaging yourself when you have that kind of mindset. Interestingly enough, the word sabotage is derived from a long, long time ago, actions of workers that were during labor disputes, if you will. And they were throwing wooden shoes into machinery because it was a labor dispute. And they were trying to sabotage their own performance. I'm saying this as an analogy because our mindset and our thoughts will do much the same if you're not very careful. And that's why this Age of Power Huddle today is about feeling amazing, because you need to shift that mindset. And one of the reasons I brought this up today, especially is because, if you're on some of the Facebook groups or some of these, you start seeing people putting things like, hey, what is your side hustle? Side hustle. Guys, this is not the time for the side hustle. This is the time to change the mindset. This is the time to not get out of the business. This is the time, what I like to say, lean into the business. Years ago, I trained for the fire department, actually got hired by the fire department. They did a hiring freeze, which is actually in my benefit because it took me down the road of real estate. But here's my point being in that. When we were training for the fire department, there's a lot of physical work that's involved in that. We were taking the physical agility test. And we have to pull this hose. And I'm going to stand up for a minute. Because when you're pulling this hose, people would stop because they would slack, would stop in the hose and they'd be stuck. And it's much like our business, we get stuck in a certain area. And that's the point that you don't just stop. That's the point that you roll the shoulder in, and you get down and lean in and go. Does that make sense? If you're watching me physically, or you're watching this Zoom call physically, you're going to see that I just stood up, lean down, lean in, shoulder down, and you dig deep. And that's where I'm going with you on this Mindset Monday. So I feel amazing are 3 words that we're going to dig deeper into, and why those are so impactful. It's a power suggestion to your mindset. It literally is. So understand that these negative beliefs, when they creep into your lives, and they do, every one of us at some point in time, they do. And when they do, that is what we call a self-sabotage. And I'm changing my background here because it's distracting to me. Okay. So in any case, it's believing that if you can never meet your expectations, we are not. So you need to really understand that, that limiting belief needs to change, and it needs to change not slowly. It needs to change now. I call it a pattern interrupt, whatever it takes to get you into that. I feel amazing. And I'm going to take you down that road. Some of the things that we hear from real estate agents, by the way, are things like, I wish I had Joe's farm area. His area is so successful. Oh my gosh, maybe I picked the wrong neighborhood. Well, no, what is he doing to be successful? What are the actions he's taking? All right. It's just an excuse. I could never be as good as Sarah is on her video. I could never do that in digital marketing. It's way beyond what I'm capable of doing. Oh, no. It's not capable. Every single one of us possess something called full 100% capability. All right. We just need to believe it. other people will see it within us. That's an amazing thing. Pay attention to some of the things other people say to you, because it's so funny how we can see the potential in others, and sometimes we don't even see it in ourselves. And one of my coaches has said this, to me multiple times, because getting in front of the camera now and doing the videos and all that, my problems and the things I trip myself on are sometimes behind the scenes with technology. Well, she said these words to me. She said, "You are 100% capable. You are 100% capable of accomplishing and fill in the blank, whatever that means to you, fill in that blank." So agents will come up with all sorts of these self-talks and these reasons that they can't get their results. And what they're doing is they're throwing those wooden shoes into that machinery, aren't they? You get the point that I'm trying to say about this. So today's Agent Power Huddle, draw that line in the sand and stopping that self-sabotage. You know you can. You can do that in your business. You can do that personally. You can do that, in wellness, in health, in spirituality, anything you choose. And that starts today, right now. The key is in the belief system. It always has been, and it always will be. Replacing that negative self-doubt, negative self-thought, with how you're feeling, starts with your emotions. Okay. It's been proven over and over again that our mind has the infinite control over everything we feel and we accomplish. Would you agree with that? Give me a yes. Yeah, 100%. I'll give you a brief story, because this is really all about you, but I like to tell a few stories here and there, because when I speak about something, hoping some of my passion is driving through this video, the audio, whatever you're listening to or you're watching, because I'm speaking from experience. Every one of us have these experiences. And so when I'm telling my story, this is the story. I needed to lose some weight. All right. I got, medical, whatever you want to say, reasons, whatever. It doesn't matter why I got up to 184 pounds, but I got up to 184 pounds, which was a lot for me. And my husband, he had put on some pounds too. I guess we were, getting fat and happy in our life, which is always a good thing in some sense. But what happened was he got diabetes. And it was scary. He got very, very, very sick, And it was an instant pattern interrupt. Like I just said, that was not a good way, but it forced us to make a decision that was life-changing. And he had to change his diet. It was a matter of life and death. Look, when you get forced into that kind of a corner, you make choices. Why does it take us to get forced into a position like that? To make changes that are going to help us in our own lives. It's in our own heads that we couldn't lose weight for. We can't. We love to eat. I can't go on a diet. There's all these things that will creep up to us as to why we can't do something. This is a great illustration of that. A little over a year later, he's down 48 pounds. He beat diabetes. Not many people can say they beat diabetes. We have two friends now, one that had a foot amputated, another one that's currently in the hospital from diabetes. Okay, it's a serious, serious thing. I'm down 33 pounds. I feel amazing now. And it's so funny how, something like that triggered it. But, guys, it shouldn't take a life-threatening situation for you to make a conscious choice to make a change. Now, that is a pretty serious story, and you can see the results now. He's beat it. We're healthy, but you can understand the point where I'm going through with all that. Your mind truly, truly has the capability. You are 100% capable. It's the decisions and choices we make, right? And it's how we choose to feel at any given time. The mind is a remarkable engineer. So let's go deeper with that. You don't need to keep throwing those shoes into the machinery. The choice is up to you. You hold what I call a remote control in your hand that can change any one of your thoughts any given time. Any thought of doubt, disbelief, frustration, and you can change that into feeling amazing at any moment. One more quick thing that happened just yesterday. I woke up, I was not real happy yesterday morning. My husband can attest to that too. I was grumpy, stomping around. It That's especially in real estate. And, a client had canceled and anyway, whatever. The thing is that it put me into a really bad mindset. And I was really frustrated, and because I'd spent so much time preparing for that day to make sure I delivered at a high level for that. Whatever the reason, it doesn't really matter what the reason is. The problem is, where was my emotional state? Right? Where was my emotional state? It took me into frustration and anger, just not a good place. So I was sitting downstairs. I'm like, you know what? I have a choice right now. I have a choice. My choice is to continue this day and let it continue to spiral down. My husband got a little mad at me because he could see me getting upset, spiral down, or I can pattern interrupt it. I decided to take plan B. Let's pattern interrupt and change and start to feel amazing again. And I did something stupid and silly, but you know what? It changed my mindset. And I decided to elf ourselves. Okay. Again, doesn't matter what it is. I decided to elf ourselves. I started with my kids and then my grandkids and then my husband and I did make some funny little elf videos, whatever it takes. Bottom line is, by the time I was done pouring my energy into my family, I changed and shifted my thought process. I changed and shifted how I was feeling into that of joy and laughter. Do you get where I'm going with that and why it's so important? And it changed the course of the whole day. It literally did. Change the course of the whole day. We have that remote control, I'm going to call it, in our hand to make these kind of changes. So today, I want you to draw that line in the sand. I'm going to give you an exercise. And this is very, very powerful. You can do it right now if you want to. You can do it later. It doesn't matter. You need to do it. Now, take a moment and play with me. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale slowly and then exhale. Shh. Every time you inhale, I want you to think of a happy moment, a memorable moment. It can be anything. It can be any accomplishment you've made in your business life, in your personal life. It can be a celebration, an occasion. It can be a birth of a child, a grandchild. It can be a marriage. It can be your first kiss. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything that that in an instant, you're going to have a smile on your face. It's going to bring you to a place of happiness. As long as it's naturally making you smile, inhale and then exhale and find that place, find that memory, if you will, of getting that natural smile, something that's going to make you so joyous that you can't help but smile or laugh. This moment's going to be different for everybody because it's unique and it's special. It's unique and it's special, and it's bringing you to a moment of joy. A moment that's special just for you. Now dig deep and make it really mean something for you. Visualize it, get it, and anchor it. Now that you've found this memory, you should be naturally smiling. And when you experience this, you can go ahead and open your eyes. If you're naturally now in a place of smiling, and I can see you on screen, you are. Understand that you're experiencing right now, firsthand, full trust in yourself. Full trust in the ability and the capability of redirecting your mind to a place that's going to experience joy and happiness. That's much what I did yesterday. I took that anger and you can open your eyes now, welcome back. You can take yourself out of anything where you were at, and you can redirect yourself into a place of joy to make you happy again, because what's going to happen now is very powerful. You now know that you can change in an instant. You can create that pattern interrupt. It's a place of a powerful, positive emotion. And when you do that, you're going to realize that everything that was preceding that is pretty much irrelevant. When I did that yesterday, did the little elf ourselves, it was pretty much irrelevant. My client had a legitimate reason to cancel that appointment. It didn't matter what I did the previous day. And even though I was booked solid and they wanted to come down, and I really changed everything to make sure I was able to serve them, it wasn't about me. It was about, look, he's 75 years old. He was sick. I understand that. It wasn't about him, but it was how I chose to react. And when I chose to shift that direction and get my mindset into a place that brought me joy, much like you just did. I trusted in myself to do that. And when I did it, it changed the whole perspective. It was irrelevant that I didn't have that appointment yesterday. He needs to get well. And I enjoyed the time with my husband in the later afternoon. All right. So understand that things change when you change your perception of something, when you change your own thoughts of how you're going to react to any emotion. Okay. Remember that little exercise we just did, because it creeps up on all of us. I want you to write this down. Write it down. There's 3 words. Take a piece of paper, not on your phone. Don't audio it. I want you to write it down. 3 words. I feel amazing. I keep these words right here. I've got to write them down myself. They're a little sticky note. I put them up on my screen, and they're there. I feel amazing. Don't do anything but write those 3 words down, letter by letter, word by word. I feel amazing. You've done this exercise. You're now in a happy state because you've got yourself in a state of remembering something, an accomplishment or a birth or child or a grandchild or, a marriage or anything that's going to make you happy. And you are feeling amazing. Now I want you to say the words, I feel amazing, 3 times. It's an affirmation. I feel amazing. And next time you say it, you're going to remember that. Lean in. I feel amazing. Lean in for the 3rd time. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. This is going to be very, very powerful for you. It changes your whole body chemistry when you do that. It's a pattern interrupt that you feel amazing. And you know what? You do, don't you? All of a sudden you see yourself and your body language is lifting up taller in your chair. Your energy is higher. Energy be put behind anything, your passion, your energy will get you higher and better results than you could ever experience. Would you agree with that? Give me a hand, shake of your head. Yes. So I know you do. Yes. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. It is powerful, powerful beyond measure. Our mindsets and our beliefs feed anything and everything we decide to influence and do in our lives. And it influences and it's contagious to other people. When we say, I really feel amazing, we do improve. We do. It just happens. It happens naturally. It's the chemicals in our brain and the chemistry that's triggering these changes for us. We align our beliefs with our mindset. Okay. We don't let the mindset, when it's negative, control where we're going. Because you see, if you're watching me, you're going to see my hands are not in alignment. But when you can change that, they turn into alignment. And we can go beyond what we ever believed in ourselves when that happens. It took me a while to get that, because it's obviously when I age at Power Huddle, I'm not going to talk all about me, but if you knew about my literally background going, you'll see there's a lot of obstacles, much like all of us have, that I've had to bust through time and time again to get to another level. Because a lot of times I didn't see it in myself. Others would see it in me. And this may happen to you as well. Others can tell you, oh, you can do this. You need to believe it. And until you start taking some of these steps of feeling amazing, if you get into that negative, again, I'm going to say it again. It just happened to me yesterday. It happens to us. It doesn't matter what level you're at. It's going to creep into you at some point. Something happens. We are in a very intense business. We are in growth mindset, which means we're challenging ourselves all the time. We're taking risks. When you take risks, you become uncomfortable. When you become uncomfortable, self-doubt starts to creep in. And these things will be tools in your tool belt. I feel amazing. Go back to that step. Pick up that remote control. I can change this right now. I'm going to change this self-doubt. I'm going to change this overwhelm. I'm going to go ahead and recap that mindset exercise we just did. You stopped, you relaxed, you closed your eyes, you took 3 deep breaths. In those deep breaths, what you were literally doing, you were trusting yourself. You're trusting yourself to reactivate and re-experiencing the moments of profound happiness. That's what you were doing in those 3 deep breaths. You repeated powerful affirmations. I feel amazing 3 times with more and more intensity. You relaxed, you trusted yourself, and then you repeated those affirmations. You see how powerful that is? Anybody can sit here on an Agent Power Huddle, on a coaching call and say, oh gosh, change that, stop that limiting belief, change it, just stop it. And that's not going to anchor it for you. You agree with that? It's not going to anchor it. You need to get connected. You need to get attached to why you're feeling that way and what are you going to do and what action step you're going to take to pattern interrupt you and get you out of it, shift it, take that remote control and change it then and there, right that moment when you identify it. Okay, that could be within a matter of 5 minutes. It could be a couple hours. Look, guys, we all deserve sometimes to get upset about something, but the point I'm trying to drive home to you is don't live there. That mindset that I had yesterday morning could have ruined my whole day, could have took away some joy that my husband and I had last night, which was to go to a nice dinner together, go to a movie together. We saw a great movie, Wonka, if you haven't seen it. Anyway, it could have robbed us from that if I kept and held on to that negative mindset. Do you see how powerful that is? It can, there's just so many things that it could trigger on. And some people, it's sad to say, will allow it to continue day in and day out over periods of time. Well, that's how relationships will dissolve. Because if you're living with somebody or you are that person that carries those things every single day, it's wearing. It's not only wearing on your own emotional health, it's wearing on everybody around you. So these are the keys that I'm really trying to drive home. I feel amazing. Those 3 words, when you say it, you can't help smile. You can't help. I suggest you get the app and help yourself. Something as simple, but and if you're on my Facebook, Susan Johnson Cronin, by the way, is my Facebook. If you want to join me on Facebook, you'll see something else. There's 4 or 5 of them, actually more than one. Okay, and it's funny. And look, I'm laughing about it now, but my family loved it. It was great. It put me and changed me and took my life yesterday into a whole different direction. And it was fun. It was fun for my family. And now, guess what? I made them happy too. I made them happy. Here's the thing. You are amazing. You just feel amazing. You are amazing. We all listen, I can't even talk. We are all amazing, aren't we? It's a powerful, powerful response, and it's a contagious one. So I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to test you on something. When you go out today and you carry on, whether you're listening to this on the replay or I don't care what day it is, go out, and when somebody says, hey, how you doing? Don't just say, oh, I'm fine. How are you? I want you to say, I'm amazing. Can you do that? Make a commitment. Cry it out. I'm not even kidding you. This is so much fun. You're amazing. How are you? They're going to be taken aback. Don't be surprised. Actually, don't be surprised. Now that I'm telling you that, don't be surprised at their reaction. They're going to chuckle. They're going to laugh. They're going to go, whoa. You're going to take them aback because what do we usually hear? I'm fine, thank you. How are you? No. I'm amazing. Try it out. And you're going to see it's contagious. It's absolutely contagious. And you're going to change the shift their day as well. What a great mindset. What a great way to launch our Mindset Monday, our week, with that thought process. Wouldn't you agree? I feel amazing. You are amazing. This is a trained power suggestion, by the way, guys. I didn't tell you that in the beginning, but I feel amazing is a trained power suggestion I just put into your brain, and I want you to internalize it now. And it will truly untap that powerful mindset that we all have. So remember that. Relax, trust, repeat. Leverage that power suggestion and create and act on it. It's going to open up opportunities for you. It's going to open up growth for you. It's going to vastly make you exceed your own expectations. So that's it today for today's Mindset Monday. I hope you enjoyed that. Please embrace it. Remember, you get any struggles, I'm going to do it again. Shoulder forward, down, lean down, get in there, lean into that business and continue to thrive because you can do it. Have a fabulous week. I really loved having you on here today. Thank you, Jess, for joining us. Everybody here, I appreciate you. And listen back to this podcast. It will show up probably the next 48 hours. Usually they're up. And these are worth listening to more than one time, I would say. So go on about your week. I will see you again after the new year. So happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I'll see you in 2024. Thanks for joining us today.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.